哇！
赵心童这杆防守质量不错，白球贴库，只留下左侧线路给对手。希克斯也是在仔细观察，如果选这2颗从左边防守的话，有可能会给赵心童留下右侧底带远台机会。同时，白球在回防时还要注意避开左侧库边的红球。经过一番权衡，希克斯很巧妙地做出了一杆高质量防守。白球回到低分区左侧，把刚才同样的难题交给了赵心童。时间已经过去1分钟，赵心童还在思考如何处理。这杆如果只考虑防守回去，难度并不大，关键是不能给对手留下拼球机会。现在粉球以及黑球都被红球包围，暂时没有进球。就算是想凭借着自己的准度拼远台，即便打进，也难以有好的踩球位置衔接。面对这样的难题，看看赵心童会怎么解决。Nice， 直接一个犀利远台成功上手。经过2分钟考虑，赵心童用自己最擅长的方式解决了难题。再来一个精准的中远台，并顺利叫到上方红球。赵心童的准度真够可以。
6 7
赵心童这杆篮球走多了一些，角度形成向上，看来只能是再次凭借准度，用左侧袋口附近这颗红球继续调整。
12
稳稳打进，同时细腻的叫到中袋粉球，连续3个远台，赵心童用自己的准度弥补了走位上的不足，强行把进攻延续下来。粉球打进，顺势将旁边的红球踢开，赵心童这杆成功把中间3颗红球解放出来。
Thank you. 90. 20.
赵心童篮球走位又少了一些，角度有些偏直。不过好在还可以用刚刚被踢出来的红球做一杆调整。
25. 26. 32. 33.
中间红球被收下，现在能否拿下胜利，就看黑球周围的3颗，赵心童处理的效果怎么样。
39. 40.
黑球打进，顺势将旁边红球带散，整个球形基本被赵心童解开，剩下的就看他的控球走位以及稳定性了。
48. 55. 56.
红球打进，赵心童完成超分，看看他能不能完成清台，给本场比赛画上一个圆满句号。
63. 64. 71. 73. 76. 80. 85. 91. 98 the frame on the match. Josh and Tom.
好了，本期视频就到这里，我是看台球的冯凤，各位小伙伴记得点赞关注哦。
In that position, he's playing the other way. He's looking for the snooker behind the green. Oh, what about this? Oh, I'll tell you what, Bill. At the end of this frame, I've seen some of the best.
This isn't straightforward.
I think he's playing a straighter one to stun over for the black, I think, or down for the blue. Oh, don't go in there, don't go in there. Oh.
7.
That was a heart-in-the-mouth moment for Ding and his legion of fans.
Nothing against Max Selby, of course.
Well, they both felt it in this frame, there's no question about that. But Ding now is within touching distance. Frame ball, match ball, championship ball, in it goes. There's the roar. What a match this has been. One of the best finals we've seen. And there have been many candidates for that title, but this has been right up there. Well, the pink doesn't drop, and you can be absolutely sure that Selby will fight on. 51 left, so a couple of snookers to tie. What a dramatic finale.
Yeah, referee saying, well, he's just trying to quiet the crowd down here, give a little bit, respect to Mark. It's still under pressure, but I wonder if that pink just moved a bit, there, Phil. It seemed to come away from the pocket.
Well, had it gone in, I think Mark Selby would probably have offered his hand. As it is, he'll keep scrapping away.
There's a small light at the end of the tunnel here, but at the moment it's quite a way away.
And if there's one man who could turn this frame around, it's the guy at the table. He's done it many times before. I've seen him win frames from 2-3 snookers adrift. But what a time it will be to do that and keep this final alive.
It can't happen, can it?
Well, it would certainly be a big blow to Ding if he could. But he has much to do.
8. Nine.
Well, you'll probably keep the last red on here and try and lay the snooker.
Just to put in 44 behind with 35 on. Of course, that's significant because it
15.
now means he needs 3 snookers of the 4-point variety. What he really needs is a free ball. Well, this isn't a bad effort. Not quite far enough.
Well, it's Mark Selby that needs the snookers. I'm not sure whether you can see any of this. He's playing off the cushion anyway. He's only got about half of the ball to hit here. Caught the yellow. Now, is it all over? It might well. It certainly will be if this red goes into the centre.
48 now the difference, just 35 left. 4 snookers required. Well, Ding eager to get it over with, but not quite there yet. Surely not even Mark Selby can turn this around. On the other hand,
could go around this. Looks good. Oh no! Well, there's one. He's underhit it. Well, it wasn't a good angle, but he underhit it anyway. Heard you, Phil.
Nice. It's well and truly game over.
Just straight up and down, I think, to the top cushion. Well, he's, hang on, what an effort this is. I didn't think he'd play it that way. Oh, this is unbelievable. Well, I'll tell you what, I didn't spot that, Phil. I mean, what great thought and what great execution.
And great appreciation from this largely pro Ding Junhui crowd. They recognise skill when they see it.
Great shot.
Selby still needs 3 snookers, remember. There's the second one. So 2 down 4, or rather 4 down 2 to go.
Well, that snooker on the brown there, or behind the brown, was brilliant. It was one of the best I've ever seen.
And he's turning the screw, Selby. He has never beaten this guy until the handshake. And he's putting Ding through the ringer here. Ding Great hit, only just.
Again, a good effort. Just got a trace of side on the white though. Well, it's gone to. Don't go in there. Oh.
These two guys are providing some theatre, aren't they?
Oh.
Another roll, and it would have been in. He looks calm, but I don't think he's feeling that calm right now. I've got a feeling Mark Selby's loving every minute of this.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Ding will be going, just leave me alone.
Well, any time you beat Selby, you know that you've earned it. And he's not beaten just yet. Wow, that would have been outrageous if he executed that snooker. It would have been even better than the one before. And he wasn't far away.
He might be in one of his own here, though. In behind the yellow by Ding. No. That just shows you what sort of a snooker brain Mark Selby has got, hasn't it, Phil? I mean, the snooker he got behind the brown, and that attempt there was genius, really.
I don't think there's
Well, there you see, he was trying to get him behind the black. Again, good thought.
There's the risk of Selby being able to lay a snooker. So he's tried a different safety.
Well, this will help if he pushes the black safe. And there's one here. No, he's caught it too thin. Or has he? Or has he? What am I saying?
Brilliant.
What am I saying? I didn't think that was going to get anywhere near there.
And this is fiendish. This really is difficult because the red is so close to the pink. He's got to be very careful here. Oh, that is brilliant from Ding Junhui. Brilliant. Acknowledged by Selby. Could so easily have caught the pink there, and then Selby could have cleared up to win a frame. He had no right. Just a little too hard.
Well, how on earth has he gone around that black? I didn't think there was room for that. If he just nudges that black slightly, it's full ball snooker.
Yeah, I don't think he...
Nope. That way. Behind the yellow once more. I wasn't quite sure whether he could avoid the double kiss there, but he has done. This is easier to hit. I mean, if the white was tight to the yellow, it wasn't, but again, off one cushion.
He's got it.
Well, Mark Selby throwing everything at Ding Junhui here, but he's standing his ground. Back off the cushion, behind the black. Here's the side. Overhit it. Just overhit it. It's his turn to lay a snooker. And it's pretty good as well where the black is. Could he go around this? He might leave a free ball. Especially at that pace. Oh, hang on, here we go.
Foul.
Well, it's not going to be a free ball, but Mark Selby
Already
with a mount
required.
And that's the importance, isn't it, of having the upper hand in the safety battle. Ding managed to wrest it back from Selby after Selby missed his previous attempt to lay the snooker, but it's been absolutely gripping.
It's not over yet. don't hit the black.
Well played. Could have gone wrong. 3 snookers for Selby to get.
Well, he'll be disgusted with himself there because he didn't get into the white every shot. Well, let's put the black into a better position for snookers. Well, the first real mistake from Mark Selby for some time, but he's got away with that a little bit. Could have easily have left that red on.
Can manufacture a pot here. If he does, it's match over. Oh, just as well he hit the green there, by the way. I think that cue ball was bound for the pocket.
Just move them in that position. He's playing the other way. He's looking for the snooker behind the green. Oh, what about this? Oh, I'll tell you what, Bill. At the end of this frame, I've seen some of the best executions of snookers laid escapes that I've ever seen.
It's been a fabulous end to perhaps the most dramatic frame of the final. Is it to be the final frame of the final? It looks that way. It certainly looks that way now. And he's offered his hand. It's all over.
所有的球迷，当然这个不在我的程序上，但是我相信今天所有的球迷，乃至于所有的中国人都愿意看到这一刻，那个哭红了眼睛的丁俊晖来讲2句话。小辉说2句吧。
其实，我不想结束，
小辉，没关系，你现在说什么都是上海大师赛的历史。
谢谢。其实这个星期，自己过得并不好，
这个星期自己过得并不好。
To put a little bit of pressure on Ronnie, and Ronnie now looks to be flying. He'll be unlucky here as he's not on a red.
The frame's safe, but he was looking for the century break, and he might have had a chance to beat the high break there.
There's 2 ways of looking at this.
塞尔比拼了杆远台没有进，把机会留给奥沙利文。现在球队中没有单独的红球可以进攻，看看火箭打完这杆后能不能留出舒服的角度来炸球。
He missed a chance in the last frame, and he didn't get too close with that one.
Well, he hit it so poorly that he cannoned into the green, and that was why he left the chance. It was a bit of a
漂
shot
亮
for，nothing
篮球的
really.
角度非常合适，
Cannoning
手
straight
架
into
也
the
是一个舒服的位置
pink here.。
看看火箭这杆炸球效果如何。
And there we go. Not quite as good a split this time.
球队炸得非常散，奥沙利文一杆天女散花轰开球队，球星的分布也比较理想。虽然黑球旁边有2颗红球，但并不是很难解。打掉左侧这一颗，黑球就可以顺利解放出来。
Slightly out of commission. I'm not certain if the black will be available at some time into the right corner because there is already good play on to play position on the black. In the meantime, he needs a good angle on the green or the blue, and it looks like he's just about got far enough on the green. Yeah, that's okay. Nice angle.
欲球角度向下，导播给出的目球最佳位置，走到标记的范围，打掉左侧这颗，正好可以把黑球解放出来。
And possibly leave it into the corner, but he's got other options available to him here, but that's what he's attempted.
And I can only assume that the black does go into the right corner. And if it does... Well, that was better. That was the stun off the top cushion that he played earlier on, and just left the cue ball near the top cushion. He's very disappointed with it, but he played that one better. Now, where does the black go when it's re-spotted? I don't know that it's going to be available into both corner pockets. Ronnie just having a look. This is a tremendous chance.
19. $26. 27.
Mentioned earlier about the century breaks that was made in the Masters
袋
last
口附
season.
近的2颗红球被奥沙利文快速清理掉，现在左右两侧底袋的进球线路完全开放，局面的情况正在被火箭一步步简化，而中间的红球可以交互拆解，正是很多球员都会训练的双龙球形。
So they've got £5,000 each at the moment, unless one of these two players beats that in the final here.
35.
Got a choice, I think, green or brown. He's choosing the green. There's a red in the middle of the table that will go into the left corner. Just got into that a little bit too much, so he may have to play the
不知道这场比赛中，奥沙利文是不是受到了什么刺激，又或者就是想在塞尔比面前秀一秀。每次超分之后，火箭总是疯狂的连续使用左手得分。我们一会儿来看看，如果这局到了超分之后，火箭会不会开启他的左手秀？
Plan of attack and play for the red that's next to the black, simply because he did just overdo it slightly there. And that's the one he's played up on. There's two reds available in that bunch to the pocket he's potting this red into, so. Now that seemed to jump a little bit.
45.
He's going to have to play the cannon now. Well, this one goes in the left corner, so he didn't have to bother with the cannon. So he doesn't have to play any cannons here. He can win the frame quite comfortably with the way they're situated. I think Mark will be pleased to see the mid-session interval coming up, because Ronnie is certainly in stroke at the moment.
奥沙利文这杆母球走少了一些，没有达到预期位置。现在刚好是到了临近超分时刻，只要再收下2颗红球，奥沙利文便能完成超分。在这关键时刻，火箭不是也会掉链子吧？
Having to play with the rest. No problem, going up for the blue, but he's overhit it slightly.
59.
But removing that red is certainly just a straightforward pot the blue, bounce off the top cushion.
So, Jeff, he's good with the right hand, he's good with the left
64.
hand, he's good with the rest. There's not many weaknesses, is there?
There is one weakness,
65.
then it's that all snooker players have. When you're sat in your seat, you can't score. And Mark Selby's missed the chance for me, particularly in the second frame, to put a little bit of pressure on Ronnie. And Ronnie now looks to be flying.
顶完粉球后，红球的线路刚好被挡住一部分。奥沙利文也是比了一个无奈的手势。虽然现在他已经是超了13分，理论上需要4杆斯诺克才有望逆转。但如果在这里中断的话，谁又知道塞尔比会不会继续纠缠呢？
In fact, there wasn't enough to beat the high break. But he's put a bit of...
非常漂亮，奥沙利文加了些右塞，成功脱位打进红球。现在比赛基本可以确定是拿下了。大家注意看，从此刻起，奥沙利文换成了左手。各位觉得火箭能不能一直使用左手完成清台表演呢？
It's just over 740. Ronnie's the closest to Stephen Hendry.
87.
88.
Wrong angle on the blue. This would be a good shot left-handed. Just watch this to get on this last red. Now that is quite remarkable.
94.
That last shot played like that, John, with the left hand is quite special.
Well, a lot of people have had a struggle with it, playing it right-handed. But a marvellous century break, and there's just signs here, Dennis, that he's getting into all the drive.
104.
Mark Selby has had a few chances, and he didn't take them, and Ronnie's confidence now seems to have taken a real boost. And when he's in this type of form, anything can happen.
111. 116.
And this check side, everything he can do with his left hand, it's just incredible. Trick shot. 4 cushions.